Hello, once again from the Bountiful Chest. I am Shadow, and I wanted to talk about something that happened in a game I was in, run by a friend. I think, yeah, we were still running 3-5 back at that time, and well, this happened a few times with a particular player, and it's the idea of playing 5D chess when it was totally unnecessary and it ruined it was just terrible. So let's put that on the back burner for a second. um DMs put a lot of will put a lot of work and effort into a game, into making a story. Now, yes, sometimes players break it. In fact, most times, always expect the players to break something. There are stories of, you know, DM has to throw out entire section of campaign because a villain died early. And that's fine, you know. But let's say you're doing a mystery. Let's say you're doing something like, well, someone I know runs an adventure that is, you know, it's a movie. There's a movie called Murder by Death, which spoofs a bunch of literary and um, cinema movie characters. So you have a character that's a spoof on Charlie Chan. You have a character that's a spoof on Sam Spade, which was played by the same guy that played Columbo. Marvelous work. Uh, you had a spoof of Miss Marple, Perot, Nick and Nora, and they're all running around through this mystery of who killed their host. Because he invited everyone. You have to solve my murder. And what happens isn't what most people expect to happen. But so this guy, he runs the adventure, and he changes it up, and the goal is to figure it out. And if you figure it out early, well, good on you. Just keep your lips sealed, because at the near the end of the adventure, everyone gets to write down who they thought did it and slip it to the DM, and then there's the reveal. And it's very well done, and it's meant to make you think, and you can totally play 5D chess in that one because it's little clues that you wouldn't think are going to happen. uh the Miss Marple stand-in, Miss Marbles, I believe she was, for one of the adventures we ran, she was the killer. And the thing none of us picked up on was the lack of the squeaking of her wheelchair, denoting that she was not in the room. But for that adventure, there's all these little things. Yes, you can overanalyze it because you're supposed to find something. And if you can, you get it, you know, a boon to you. But that's not how all adventures work. Uh, Sometimes you get arcs in a campaign that are a game of chess, but sometimes some sessions are just a board of checkers. And playing 5D chess when everyone else is at a checkerboard is so annoying because you ruin the DM's good time. You ruin the rest of the party's good time, and no one's impressed. Now, there are situations where, you know what, I'll table that again for a second because uh, another person ran a false Hydra game, and we didn't know it was going to be a false Hydra game. There were little hints and things throughout, and I was apparently the only person in the group that had watched videos about the false Hydra. once I realized, I'm like, well, I know what it is. My character doesn't. So let me stick that back under my hat and continue on with the game until my character knows what's going on. And once I know what's going on, once I know what works, of course I do the thing. But you know, I don't I don't stand up halfway through the game, tell everyone what the twist is, and spoil the game for everyone. That's just a terrible move. I will eventually do a video on the False Hydra because I think we have to. That's one of those adventures you have to talk about why it's hard to run and maybe consider not. It's an interesting concept, but it can go way wrong way easily. Back to the discussion of 5D chess. Um, we had a campaign. Uh, our character started off young. We went through an incident, and we're all a nice knit group now. Uh, each of the PCs plus one NPC. Mr. 5D Chess keeps trying to find reasons to distrust the NPC because he in his head he knows, it's going to be the twist that NPC is going to betray us in the end. No, he was even told by the DM. And this is the thing: if someone is overreaching and doing stuff for no reason, maybe talk to them. Don't tell someone's, oh yeah, he's never going to betray you if he's going to betray you. I'm against the lying out of character to get a plot to go like that. It's dirty to me. But, it was this guy was constantly trying to find reasons to distrust a trustful character. We already had a villain that we had seen that had left that we was foreshadowed to come back, among other issues we were going to have to eventually deal with. So why are you trying to distrust this NPC that has given us no reason? Well, because he knows the DM's going to pull trickery. No, the DM wasn't. Now, granted, I played with some DMs that pull trickery out of thin air. And that stinks. But until you know you're playing with a DM like that, don't assume you are. Even then, don't assume they're always doing it. If they are, find a new table probably. But this is a guy that he would do things just to throw a wrench. Oh, well, I know the DM must be planning something, so let's go off in this direction instead of the direction we're supposed to. And so we walk off into a swamp with a dragon phylactery. That was... Afterwards, we're like, wait, what? Why did we do that? Because Mr. 5D Chess said, oh, yeah, we go this way, and we all did, and we didn't think about it. Oops. But in this particular campaign, we were trying to solve a murder, and we already had kind of been pointed in one direction. And Mr. 5D was, no, it must be every other innocuous NPC that we must inspect. And so we wasted practically a whole session tailing random other people that had no connection with the murder. And it was very frustrating for our DM. He ended up canceling that campaign. For other reasons, Mr. 5D Chess does not play with us anymore. And, there are games where that is the style. Try to guess the twist before it happens. But I don't think most games are that style, and you're just grinding into everyone's good time when You're constantly trying to bring the campaign down before it's even getting started. Um, you know, it's like trying to stab the big bad evil guy when he's still an infant, just because you can. Yeah. Unfortunately, you know, it's some of these situations we didn't pick up on it, or we just went along with it. And I think part of that is, I know for me it's like I like when someone else takes the lead in the game, because I've had a lot of times where it's like, okay, I'll make a decision since no one else is. Um, and sometimes it's easier to play that way, where it's like someone else made a decision, okay, I'll go along with it, not questioning that decision. And I know sometimes it's not great to have party conflict, but other times it's necessary, especially when someone's doing something that is inevitably going to bring the game down. So, you know, sorry to that DM that I couldn't, me and the other players didn't step up and wrangle this guy away from the direction he was going, but it seemed like he was dead set on every direction he went whenever he did it. And sometimes that's, you know, I don't think talking to that player was going to help, unfortunately, because that was their play style. Try to break the game by guessing the twist that doesn't exist. But sometimes you just learn some people are incompatible with your game. Anyways, I think I've ranted enough on that. If you like this video, toss me a follow, and uh, drop me a comment. Tell me something you would like to talk about, or tell me a story of yours, and maybe we can expand on other ideas that need to be talked about in role playing games. Anyways, that's it for now. See you next time.